Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Belisario.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how's everything?
Great, too much work.
Really? Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's because I have like four different kind of jobs.
Really? Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's because we have a lot of expenses. We need to pay the apartment, the
No,
university.
when
I
I
have
say
to.
tell me about it, it's because I am in the same situation.
Okay, okay, okay.
I
How
have
many
like,
kids do you have? How many
sorry?
children do you have?
How many children do you have?
Yeah,
One.
I have two.
You are winning.
It's more expensive. Two
Right,
are more expensive
really,
than just one.
really. Children are very expensive.
I have
You are,
two university. We're paying our apartment. I'm paying like a card. I'm in Chevy plan. A lot of things, thousands of things.
hmm.
Even taxes. The taxes of the apartment. I'm working in a university and I'm supposed to pay taxes.
Yes,
For
I
being
know, I know.
working there, it's crazy.
Actually, the same
A
happens
lot of
to
things.
me. In this
Uh,
university, I have to pay.
yeah.
Hmm. And when I say tell me about it, it's because I have also four jobs. And I no, I work for four different universities. Yes.
Teacher, I can hear you.
Yeah, it was impossible to hear you.
And you cannot listen to me? Can you?
Now, yeah.
Ah, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Very good.
now, like, uh,
Can you listen?
yes, yes.
Yes, right now,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, guys. So let's start. So
Yeah.
the idea of tonight is to pay attention to the workshop that you were doing, and if you have any question about it. Actually, the
Yes,
idea is to
please.
clarify things about that, about the three topics. Oh no, this is only one topic. Reference. Let me open it. So, do you have questions? So, Sarah says yes. So, what is your question?
Teacher, I have two questions. One of them is about I have a doubt in between two concepts. Non-gradable is the pronunciation,
Yep.
and binary is the same.
Binary.
Because binary is the same because it's
Uh-uh. It is not the same.
not the
When
same.
no, when you say a binary concept or a binary, yeah, it's because there are two concepts in opposition, right?
Right?
Two concepts in opposition. But when you are saying gradable, you can say
No,
that
non-gradable.
non-gradable.
Non. Yes, non-gradable.
Oh, let me see.
Because I understand gradable, but non-gradable, and I found another information, and
There
I
is another
confused because
concept.
non-gradable and binary is, I think that is the same.
Actually, teacher, I was looking for the same, and actually binary is not so common. I don't know why. There is another concept, another word
Mhm.
Yes,
for that
and
kind of antonyms.
the other question is about two concepts: complementary and converse is the same.
Complementary and converse.
Because you know the this guy on the videos is talking about complementary, but if you looking for another information in books or PDFs or internet, you have to find converse. So my question is, complementary and converse is the same? It's different title, but is the
Yeah,
same concept?
but actually, they could be synonyms, or they could sorry, they could be used interchangeable.
Okay, so complementary antonyms on conversant antonyms is the same. But it's different title, but it's the same.
Could be different ways of expressing the same.
Okay. And non-gradable and binary?
But non-gradable.
It's because linguistic is hard. It's wow, it's confusing linguistics.
Yes.
Yeah, but in the case of non-gradable, there are adjectives that you cannot make like a gradation of that, right? For example, in the case of, if we understand what gradable is, gradables are adjectives that you can make like the streams, right? Yep.
Yes, teacher.
So
Let me
give me an
check
example
something.
of gradable. What it could be an example of gradable?
Innocent and guilty, maybe?
Innocent and guilty.
Guilty.
Beautiful and ugly.
And ugly. Okay. And if you pay attention, there are like two extremes. So if you say non-gradable adjectives, what comes to your mind? What words come to your mind?
Sorry. No, male and female. No, non-gradable is male and female. Sorry. Beautiful and ugly is gradable.
Yes, beautiful and ugly are gradable. I asked for gradable.
Okay.
So you say innocent and
I said it.
Innocent and guilty.
Okay.
So when you say non-gradable, what do you mean? It's because there is not an opposition. Or it is because you cannot gradate. Sorry, there is not a different degree of something. Right?
Okay.
Let's say that I don't know if innocent and guilty are gradable. But let's say that, for example, if we think on adjectives, think about the materials of what something is made of. For example, plastic. Plastic could be an adjective. In this case, we can say that it is non-gradable because there are no different degrees of plastic. Do you understand what I mean? If you think of another one, like, for example, wooden or metal, you can think on a wooden table, and this wooden doesn't have different degrees of wooden. No hay diferentes niveles para graduar si es más madera o no. It is wooden, and it is. Right? Maybe guilty and innocent, yes, they are gradable. Because we can make a degree of how innocent or how guilty someone could be. If we think of cold and hot, we can use the same thing. Or we can, if we think about some feelings like scared, we can say it is very, it is a bit. Right? So we can use other words or adverbs in order to establish the degree of those gradables. And in the case of the non-gradable, it is not possible to use those adjectives, right? This is gradable and non-gradable. The other words were, which one, Sarah?
Converse and complementary.
No, the other one that you mentioned. Binary.
The sample. Binary. Yes.
Binary. Binary it's different if you think about it, because a binary is made of opposition, right? In this case, cold and hot and two binary adjectives. Good and bad are two binary adjectives. They are gradable because you can use adverbs, but they are also together. They are binary. Yeah, that is the difference,
Okay.
right?
Right, teacher, a suggestion. You can open a Word file and you share your screen in order maybe you can write examples. I would like to see maybe the classmate too.
Oh, okay.
Anna.
Let me see.
Yeah. Yes, that will be great.
Mhm.
Sure, I have a
Wait a
question.
second. Yeah.
Actually, I was trying to read about the topic, but it was like kind of confusing for me. Is the exercise number 10 about reference? That it's about prototype, non-prototypical, and stereotype. It's kind of confusing for me because I don't know. I think that they are the same. At least prototype and stereotype.
What is the definition of prototype that you have?
I don't know. I was reading that prototype is like the first thing that comes to your mind when you like listen or you read a word.
You listen or you read to a word. So, for example, imagine computer.
Uh-huh.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind?
The screen.
What kind of screen?
The monitor of the computer.
What kind of computer?
Maybe a laptop or
No.
HP.
The first
AC.
one, no. The first one that comes to your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Not maybe. Don't say maybe. You have a
Okay.
screen on your mind. A computer
Mm-hmm. Okay.
on your mind. What is the computer that you have in your mind?
I don't know. I don't get it. My computer, maybe?
No. When I say computer,
Mm-hmm.
what is the computer that you have in your mind? Describe the computer that you see in your mind.
Okay. It is an old computer with the old monitors, like they are really fat.
Okay, so Belisario, what is the computer that you have in your mind now?
Okay, mine, because it's the one that I see all the time.
Okay, but describe it, please.
Yeah, it's a laptop. It's black. It's thin. It's HP.
It's an HP.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the computer that you have in your mind. Sarah, what is the computer that you have in your mind?
It's big. It's an HP.
It's a laptop,
Yes, a laptop.
but it is in your mind.
Has a screen of the 18, how do you say pulgadas? I don't know.
Inches.
It's okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's all.
Now, my next question is the same screen in all your minds?
No.
No. So how do we call that?
Prototype?
Prototype. Because it's the
Okay.
image that you have in your mind. Right?
Okay.
The prototype, the stereotype, and the last one, I forgot the name of it.
The stereotype?
No. It's like the definition of the set of thoughts or idea that can be conveyed with such description. I remember it in the seeing something like that in the workshop. Let me check 1 second.
Okay.
it said, for example, prototype, non-prototype. Oh no, the stereotype. So the stereotype is like the description. What you said, what we said before, like a screen, for example,
Yes,
for computer, a screen with a
that is
keyboard and a mouse pad.
that is the stereotype. But pay attention to the difference. The
Yes,
prototype is the
they are so
image.
similar.
The prototype is the image that you have in your mind. It is not the same
Uh-huh.
computer in any other all of your
But
minds.
it's what
But
I understand from the word computer. I mean, does it has to do with my understanding of that concept? Because if the first thing that comes to my mind, for example, well, the stereotype for me would be something like a processor with RAM memory and
but
some
for,
input output process.
but for you,
So
not for the
if I
generality. Mhm.
exactly, but well, I had a strange computer engineering background, but well, never mind.
Because
And so if I come to prototype, a prototype could be, for example, a laptop, because it's
yeah,
the first thing that comes to my mind, or even a cell phone, because those are computers too.
but it depends on your perspective also, because it depends on the person. But for
Okay,
example,
so
a
depending
prototype,
on
a prototype could be this one, this computer here, or a prototype could be this Mac. A Mac could be the
yeah,
prototype for someone, but anyway, or it could be I don't know, this
the one that is
laptop.
hacked.
But
Sorry.
anyway, all of them have screen, all of them have a mouse or a mouse pad
Keyword.
and a keyboard, at least. So it is the constituents of the stereotype,
Got it. Okay, so
right?
the prototype and the non-prototypical one are depends on how I establish the stereotype.
Yeah. The
Got it.
non-prototypical
Oh,
exactly
non-prototypical.
is how you establish the prototype, and then you can establish the non-prototypical one, right? So, but remember, I understand prototype from your example. Now I am confused. But why are you
Mm-hmm.
confused, Lorena?
Well, teacher, you said that the prototype has a screen, a mouse, and a keyboard,
That's a
and then you said
stereotype.
those. What? So, can you please
That's a stereotype.
explain to me what's the difference between prototype and stereotype?
Okay, again, let's do another example. Belisario, could you please give me a word? I mean, something. I think.
What kind of word?
One
Any,
Backpack.
difficult.
I think.
Backpack.
Sorry?
Backpack. I don't know.
Backpack.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
backpack.
thinking.
Backpack. So now, don't think too much, but just think on the word backpack. What comes to your mind, Lorena?
Like
Describe.
the bag that I used to go to school when I was little.
I don't know. So what comes to your
It
mind?
had it had a stripes, and you could
What
put I
color?
could put my books
What
black
color?
or
Okay.
red or blue.
No, no, it is your, no. No puede
Okay.
ser que te vengan todos los colores al mismo tiempo. Cuando tú piensas en backpack, te viene una sola.
All right, red.
Ah, ok. ¿Sí ves? Porque
Yes.
me las describes como el stereotype.
Mm,
Cuando las empiezas a
so,
describirme,
uh-huh.
me estás dando las características del estereotipo. Entonces, para todos, el backpack tiene las tirantas estas, tiene cremalleras, tiene... Eso es el estereotipo. Pero tú, en tu cabeza, estás viendo una específica, de un color
Oh,
específico.
no. Oh, okay.
Ese es tu prototipo, right?
Okay, makes sense. Yes, it makes sense.
Okay. So, el estereotipo siempre va a conservar las características mínimas de todo. Entonces, pensemos, por ejemplo, en carro.
Uh-huh.
Car. What is the car that comes to your mind?
Mine.
Your car.
Gray.
Yes.
March, Nissan March.
Ajá.
I don't know.
Okay.
Volvo.
if you don't have a car, I don't know if you have a car. Sarah, do you have a car?
No, teacher.
So what car comes
I
to your
do.
mind?
And a for
A what?
white cars. And a
White
white
car.
car.
I don't know why. But even I have a car. I have a blue car. But the prototype for me is red.
Why?
I don't know. But this is not the prototype that I have in my head.
Okay.
That was the first color of your car.
The first thing
No.
that comes to your mind. That's the
No, I
prototype.
think that it was the most common on books.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Let me
yeah.
see.
On
Maybe.
toys.
It is like, I don't know, like a
White.
I,
Volkswagen.
I,
White car.
I also have a red car.
Yes. It's
And a
because
That
on
is
the
white
the
car.
BMW that I have on the shelf.
yes, on the books, every time that you have a okay, read on the book car, so you have this picture of a, I don't know, it's kind of a Volkswagen. It's like this one. No, it's like this one, like a Renault 4.
The Lightning McQueen.
Mr.
Yes,
Bean. No, Mr. Bean's car.
Mr. Bean's car. Yes, this is a mini what?
Cooper.
Mini
Cooper.
Mini
Cooper.
Cooper? Mini Cooper.
Yes, a Mini
Mini
Cooper.
Cooper.
So you see, it is different. It is not because I have a car, I have a prototype. It's because in my mind relates the meaning of the word with something that I know or that has that I have in my mind. So that's the prototype. But anyway, all the cars have wheels,
Mm-hmm.
have doors, right? A windshield, and the other parts, right? So that's the stereotype. All the cars that you have in your mind have at least wheels, windshield, and doors. At least. And the lights.
What if
Teacher,
Yep.
and you said, I'm sorry, I interrupt somebody. When you said non-prototype, prototypical, I'm sorry, you say that it is how you establish the prototype?
No.
the stereotype?
That's what you said, no?
No. How would you establish the prototype?
Yeah, actually, I was confused, so I wrote that, but I don't know, I am confused
No.
about the no prototypical.
Is the one that is still considered a car, but escapes from the rule that you set for the stereotype.
Yes.
For example,
Okay.
as we're talking about car, I say my prototype is a Renault Sandero.
Uh-huh.
A non-prototypical is a bus. A bus is different from a car, but it's still a car. It's just in a different shape
Yes.
Okay.
because it has
and
four wheels. People
Yep.
go on it. It just doesn't have the same number of chairs or the same number of doors.
it's
But
like an
still,
exception.
car. Exactly.
It's like an
Okay.
exception. But let's say that it is not an exception in the sense that it doesn't belong to the
That is
stereo-
different.
to the prototype or to the stereotype, but it is different a little bit, and you can consider
Okay.
that
For example,
as the same.
may I say another example?
Yeah, please.
For example, as I said a while ago, for me, a computer is, well, kind of a mechanism that has a processor, a place where it stores information,
Exactly. Mhm.
and also it has a bus that exchanges information. See,
So,
Okay.
so for me, the prototype is a laptop. See,
mhm.
but an exception for that would be that exception, the non-prototypical would be a cell phone. Because if you see your cell phone, you don't think of it as a
As a
computer, but
computer,
it is.
but it has the
Okay.
same parts of the prototype, of the
Exactly.
stereotype,
Okay. I
of
got
the
it.
stereotype.
Teacher,
Okay.
Yes.
teacher, maybe the prototype is the evolution of the stereotype.
Not necessarily the evolution, but it is something that doesn't have the same, let's say, it can have the same characteristics, but it doesn't have the same, like,
Functions?
no, it's the same function, could be the same function, but it is not like the same, how can I say this? Like as you expect the thing must be, right?
Like your precise definition of the stereotype.
Yes,
So
exactly.
for example,
I like the example of Luis Carlos. Luis Carlos.
may I give another one? Sorry.
Okay, you got.
For example, a stereotype I have, for example, a four-wheel vehicle with four doors for four or six people. See, but not all cars
Uh-huh.
have four doors. See,
No,
there are
for
some cars that
example,
have two doors.
ha-
A
For
coupe.
example, a Corsa. And for
no.
example,
You know what it could be a better non-prototypical? This car that it is very
no.
small for
I'm
two
giving the
people.
prototype.
Yes, I know. But the non-prototypical of the car could be that car that it is very small.
The smart car, I think.
Motocarro.
No,
Smart car.
it's a
Uh-huh.
smart car.
It is for two people, I think.
Yeah, this
Yes.
one.
Or one of
Uh-huh.
those, yeah, of those luxury cars. I
For
don't
many
know.
people, this is not a car,
Uh-huh. It is a motorcycle.
but it is it's a motorcycle with four wheels, but it is a
Uh-huh.
car,
Okay.
right? It could be a non-prototypical.
That could be a
Okay.
dangerous car.
Sorry?
That could be a dangerous car.
Yes, I know. But they look nice sometimes. Some of them. Okay, but anyway,
Okay.
Teacher, so in that case, those non-prototypical things will be the ones that go to the peripheral part
could be.
of the yeah of the
Mm,
group.
Yes.
that's perfect.
Could be
Yes.
another example could be on non-prototypical because you know all cars use fuel, and we can say that is the stereotype, or it used to be at least. Could be these ones that are electric.
Mm-hmm.
This could be another non-prototypical car because just one characteristic, but it is a non-prototypical because it doesn't share the same characteristics of all the cars, right?
I agree. Yes.
I think it's
Actually,
clear now.
Mm-hmm.
that was a
Yes.
great example.
Mhm. I like the example of the computer. Actually, I don't see my cell phone as a computer, but it has a keyboard. If you imagine, it has a mouse pad. It has a processor. Yes, I like that example as well. I haven't thought about that, but okay, right?
Thank you.
So any other? This is very full of concepts, right? But
Yes, there are a lot.
any other question?
Let us see, please.
Is it clear about the prototypical, stereotype, sorry, prototype, stereotype, and non-prototype?
Yeah, the topic is
Now it is,
clear.
yes.
Okay, it is okay about the gradable, non-gradable, and binary.
Teacher, I think I have those concepts correct. However, when I arrived here, you were talking about that, and there are some things that I put differently. Where you put
Which ones?
gradable, I put binary.
Oh,
Because
When
in the internet we found a lot of like concepts. There are different concepts. For example, I found one that it's called relative, I think, and
mm-hmm.
it's the same as, I don't remember. I think it is the same as, oh no, that was the example that Sarah says. Converse and complete something. I don't remember. But I was very confused when I was doing this exercise because on internet they changed the concepts a lot.
Okay, but we are going to focus only on some conceptions because you know the discussion about words are very wide.
Uh-huh.
So we are
I,
going to
I,
focus only on
may I,
some things. Sorry?
can I can I explain them? I think I understand them.
Okay, Luis Carlos, I'm going to hire you as my assistant.
So look, when you say binary, is that you have two concepts that are completely opposite, and there is
Yes.
no point in the middle. There is no in between concept. Or you are dead or you're alive. You're not half dead or half alive.
Yeah.
See, or you are, let's say, or you lose or you win. It's not possible that you're in the middle. Gradable is when you have that possibility. For example, there is something that is far, or there is something that is a little far, or there is something that is
Very far.
close to you or very far. See, there is a variation, even though we're saying far. And when we
Okay.
say converse, a converse is that the existence of one implies the existence of the other.
of the
If,
other.
for example, if I am a buyer, it means that there is a seller,
If I
right?
am a man, there is a woman.
There is a woman. Or if I have a, well, which one? Let me check it. For example, in the workshop, it says in front, so there must be another behind. Hmm?
Yes, it is a converse.
I
Okay.
understand converse more as the perspective. So for me, woman and man is binary, not converse.
No, but that is not an opposition. You cannot see that I am in a position of you because I am a man and you are a woman.
Oh, exactly. Yes,
So
agree.
that will be converse.
That those are converse. But I really love, and I understand. I understand. I want to use the example that Luis Carlos gave as binary, dead and alive. They are in opposition, totally opposition.
How about innocent and guilty? Because for me, that's binary. I mean, you cannot be a little innocent or
Uh-huh.
a little guilty. It's
It
just
is it
one
is
or
the
the other.
same. It is the same that I was thinking about true and false. If it is a little true, it is not possible. Or it is true or it is
Then it will
false.
be false.
Exactly. For that case, that would be binary.
Binary.
Innocent and guilty. Guilty.
Binary,
Uh-huh.
exactly. But remember, sometimes the antonyms could have more than one characteristic. I
Uh-huh.
cannot say that one it's not converse because I know that innocent exists because someone is guilty, right? So I can say that innocent and guilty could be converse and they are binary at the same time.
In that case, teacher, all of them will be converse.
Mm, not necessarily, but okay,
For
yes,
example, in the example of in front, you may have someone next to you and not necessarily behind.
behind. But anyway, yes, it
If
is.
there is an in front, there is a behind.
Yes, because the other exists.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. But we can say, for example, this one. They are not binary or gradable. Teacher and student. They are not binary.
No, they are converse, no?
They are converse. It's just like that. Or in this case, man and woman. They are converse. They cannot be
Uh-huh.
binary. Or they
Teacher, and
cannot.
what about this Deciduous and Evergreen?
Deciduous.
Deciduous, I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God, I forgot to do that one.
What?
Deciduous. I put it
Deciduous.
as a binary, but I'm not sure.
Okay. What is deciduous?
It's a plant, I guess.
No,
No.
No,
no.
so an evergreen is a plant.
No, evergreen is an adjective.
If we're
But
talking about opposites, then the citrus will be something like dry or with no
Mhm.
plants, or
Evergreen
yeah.
evergreen is that it is alive, very alive.
So
Evergreen.
that would be binary.
In this case, could be binary
Yes, I
because
put it as a binary. I don't know.
yeah, because evergreen is that it is alive, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like it is green and it is evergreen.
I
And this,
suppose, according to the definition that I found out for the Cirrus, I would say it's gradable because the Cirrus
Yes.
tree loses its leaves in autumn and grows new ones in the spring, but it just has leaves or doesn't have leaves. Sometimes it has the leaves in brown color because it's fall,
mhm.
so it could be gradable.
Okay, the series is tending to it's but they are opposed. They are in
Okay.
opposition, but could be gradable as well. Because anyway it passed from one to another stage, could be
There is like a transition.
There is
It's
not a
not complete. There is not a complete opposition.
no. There is not a binary as such. So it could be gradable. They could be gradable. Hmm? Yeah. Okay. More questions? I think that this is very interesting. This conversation.
There's
A lot.
one that I found a little confusing, and it was maybe in sense the hyponyms they were a little difficult, but I'm not sure I got them right.
Which ones? The hyponym?
Yeah, the hyponyms.
What is okay?
Because I'm not sure if, for example, you said walk. If for hyponyms, I should state in there like different ways of walking, like subcategories of walking. For example, I don't know, marching or wander,
Shuffle.
Or what is this sport that you walk?
waddle,
No, no. That you go to the mountains and walk.
climb,
No, no.
trekking.
Trekking. I think yes. Right.
So because it's a way of walking
It's a way of walking.
that I like I have, and those hyponyms are included in the vast and biggest category that is walk.
I remember hiking.
Hiking. Yes. I
Yeah,
forgot.
perfect.
I don't know why.
Yay.
Okay, but they belong to the same category, right? Because the hyponym, sorry, is are those words that belong or that you can describe from the same category.
Could we think of hyponyms or synonyms of the words?
No, because in this hyponymic relationship, the one word contains the others.
Got it.
But if you say that they are synonyms, it's because they are equal. So no one contains the other. So this is just a synonym relationship, not a hyponymic relationship.
Maybe like a more specific way to say it, to put it in that way,
Yeah.
of the first concept stated. For example, as we say walk, waddle is a specific way of walking.
Yeah. For example, it comes to my
It's like a
mind.
wide category.
To my mind comes the word crime.
Okay, again.
Crime.
Felony.
Felony and crime. What could be the hyponyms?
Assassination, murder,
Theft, murder,
robbery.
robbery.
How do you say?
Suicide, maybe.
Yeah. So those kind of things, those kind of words. How do you say traficar? I forgot.
trafficking.
No, there is another one. Okay, no traficar, contrabandear. Sorry.
Oh, gee, I forgot it too.
Smuggler. I forgot.
Smuggling,
Yeah. Smuggling. That's the word.
Smuggle.
Yeah.
Pickpocketing.
Or kidnap.
Okay, kidnap is sequester, right? But it is a felony or is a crime as well. So they belong to this hyponym. Those are hyponyms of the word.
Got it.
Right? But they are not synonyms. You see?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
Oh
Any
my
other
God,
question?
No, I am understanding this because I was getting crazy. Reading like from different documents and oh my God, that
And
was horrible.
remember that in the case of in the example, crime is the hyperonymy. Hyperonymy. right?
Because it's the one that includes
The
the
others.
other.
Very good.
Maybe I think the one that I also found confusing was number 5. Rearrange the following set of terms from the most general to the most specific.
Which one?
Number 5.
Number
Rearrange the
5.
following set of terms from the more general, the highest superordinate, to the most specific, the lowest hyponym. So which
Yeah.
one contains the other?
I think the one that I found difficult was the one with the polygons.
The one of, sorry?
The one with the
Number
rectangles.
exercise A.
Hey, yes, sir.
Rectangle, quadrilateral, polygon, parallelogram, square?
Parallelogram and square. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because
Those are math concepts. Polígono, paralelograma, cuadrilátero,
I
cuadrado,
know, but
rectángulo.
I think that I wouldn't think of a rectangle as a included in the concept of parallelogram.
Yes,
But it's still
and a
there.
square as
Sí,
well.
porque yes.
And quadrilateral is included in the thing is that this one, polygon, is the first one.
Uh-huh,
Because
that's the biggest one.
Yes.
it
But
is the superordinate.
Mm-hmm.
Because
but
it contains the others.
I was confused about the second one, quadrilateral and parallelogram.
it is,
Those were like
No.
confusing, but I put it quadrilateral was the second
A
one for me.
parallelogram could be parallelogram, but not necessarily quadrilateral.
Oh, so parallelogram will be the second one?
but all parallelograms have
Parallelogram,
4 sides.
no. A parallelogram is not for size. Not
No?
necessarily.
Oh my
Not
God.
necessarily.
Oh, okay.
So see,
Because I
that's
was reading the concepts. I look for the concepts.
For me, it is polygon, parallelogram, quadrilateral,
Square and
and the
rectangle.
quadrilateral is square and rectangle.
Yes, teacher, I have it like that.
Had it
oh
different.
well, something different. That's what that's why I was saying that one was confusing. See,
Teacher, I don't know if I was a little late today. Did you already talk about the first 2 exercises? Because they are very confusing to me.
I didn't talk about order of exercises.
We are just asking.
Hey.
we're just going
We are in
over.
disorder.
Yeah.
The 2 first exercises are very simple.
We're here avoiding cavities.
This has to do with semantic features. Remember the first presentation that we did, that I gave, that we started seeing, okay, this is more something and less another thing. It is about the semantic feature has to do with what are the characteristics of the words, especially as this is a group of words, they have characteristics in common, but also they have other characteristics that are not, or that could be that they are not in common in the 2 groups, right? For example, what is the characteristic of the whole group? One.
There are women.
Women.
Exactly. So woman or
Mm-hmm.
female, let's say, no woman, female.
Yeah, female.
Okay, so female is a characteristic, a semantic feature that all of them share, right? What is a characteristic or a semantic feature that doesn't, or that this group has, that the other group doesn't have?
A bond.
Member of the family?
Exactly.
Relatives.
Relatives?
Exactly. Members of the family or relatives. You see? What could be a characteristic of this one, if there is, that is not included in the others?
That there are no relatives.
No relatives. But it is relative, not relative.
Yes, is that it?
Could be, but is there any other?
I don't see a teacher.
I didn't find it. I try to think
No, I
about
think
it,
that
but
there is not any. Okay, in other groups maybe there is another one. Let me see if I can find semantic feature analysis chart, and it is more or less like, let me see. It's like this. A polygon classification. No, I don't want to work with polygon. But it is more or less. It is more or less like they work only with polygons here. Semantic.
Is the all reliable example?
No, actually, the example could be nice, right?
But we don't
it is
want to
not
mess with
useful for-
mathematics in this moment.
It is not useful for us. Let's say that a semantic feature analysis could be like this one, but we can do a double. This is a double what? Double entry chart. A double entry chart. Here we can have the words, and here we can have the characteristics. In this case, what they are saying is that grizzly bear is a plant, a fish, and an animal. No, sorry, eat. Sorry, eat. Grizzly bear eats plants, fish, and animals. So let's say, no, use another one. I'm going to use my own chart, right? So we can say that in this one, in the column, we can write words, right? So, for example, let's think about categories. Let's think about.
Table.
Sorry?
A table, maybe? Table.
Table, okay, could be. Another word.
Pencil.
Pencil.
Or cat.
Okay, there is another one that could be cat. Yes. So we can say that there the semantic features can be here. And we can say here human, animal, object. Could be. We can give other kind of characteristics. So here, human, teacher. Is a human?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sometimes.
Most of the times.
Most of the times, yes, they are human. Okay, so we can say that we have a plus. Animal?
Yes.
No.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. But it is not an animal. An object?
No.
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 So we
No.
can say that it is a negative, and plus.
Why
Table.
can I think of the teacher as an animal?
Why do you think on a teacher of an animal? As an animal, sorry.
Because the teacher is a human being, and human beings are considered in.
No.
From
It is
the
not true.
monkey.
It is not
Not
true.
not in this case.
No, and not in the case of English teachers.
Oh.
No, but anyway, anyway, we cannot consider human beings as animal. They are in opposition, right? So table is not
Okay.
human, so we say minus.
Minus.
An animal, no. An object,
No.
yes. Right? Pencil, no.
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 No. Yes.
Yes. Cat,
No.
no.
Yes.
Yes. No. You see? It is very simple. This one is very simple. We can use other kind of examples to make it more complete and complicated. Right? So let's see.
The one from polygons.
The one from polygons, yeah. No. Oh, polygons, no. Let's see. We can talk about trees, right? So we can talk about pine. No, bad idea. I don't remember. Sorry?
Tree.
Palm tree?
Palm tree.
Palm tree.
A rose?
But rose is not a tree.
Oh, okay, it has to be a
Fruit
tree.
tree.
Sorry?
An apple tree. Lemon tree.
Lemon
I'm
tree.
sitting here in the boarding room.
Lemon tree. Which other?
We could have I forgot the name of that one. We could have let me I can remember.
I don't remember the other one.
It's
A sequoia. I don't know.
an oak.
What?
Oak.
Ah, el arce? Arce?
No es roble.
Yeah, oh, I don't remember. I don't know
Neither do
about
I.
trees, right? So we can say that, for example, it has fruit. Fruit. Think about that. Another characteristic is that it is
Tropical.
tropical. Okay, a tropical one. Another characteristic could be that it is I don't know how to do this, but let's say that it is huge. I don't know. Let's say.
Yes.
Imagine this characteristic here, right? Or another one could be small. Could be ornamental. Ornamental could be another one. But
Absolutely.
okay, and we can give other kind of characteristics that we can generalize here. So we can also give this minus or pluses to these characteristics to each one of the trees and to see that they fulfill these characteristics. And this one is like a semantic chart in which we are describing this one. So for example, the pine doesn't have fruit, it's not tropical, and it is not huge. So a pine is nothing, right? Palm tree
Yes.
is
Fruit, yes.
tropical, yes.
Yeah.
Huge,
Not really.
not really. So it is
But
not
it's very
really.
tall.
It's tall, but it is not as tall as a sequoia. But the sequoia is huge. You see? It is not tropical, and it doesn't have fruit. Lemon tree, fruit?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Most of the
Tropical?
time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huge?
No.
No. An oak?
No.
No fruit.
No fruit. No tropical.
No.
No huge.
No.
You see? So this is more or less what you
Teacher?
have to do with the first exercise. You have to
Teacher,
identify
how many characteristic or properties we have to do?
as many as you can.
Okay.
Because anyway, there is a point in which you are not going to find many. Believe me. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, I cannot
But
say
teacher,
10 characteristics. Maybe there are not 10 characteristics that you can describe.
teacher, I have a question.
Which one?
On this exercise, do we have to create the analysis chart or we
Not
just have to
necessarily.
write? Okay.
Not necessarily, but in practical terms, it is better for you, let's say, because otherwise you have to start describing many things. So for me, it is easier to do the chart.
So I will do the chart and I will put like niece, daughter, sister, nun, and woman
Yes,
and
the
girl
six,
on the first column,
yeah,
and then I will find some
the
characteristics.
characteristics.
Okay.
Like
Exactly.
female,
I thought of it.
relatives.
Okay, I got it.
Single, I don't know. I know, but single is in another.
Is for
I
none.
I thought of this
A girl.
exercise
Sorry?
as one characteristic that one group, one set of words have, and that the other doesn't.
Yes, me too, teacher. Just one
Yeah.
characteristic, maybe two.
Could be.
Me three.
Me three. Okay. It sounds so from this generation. Okay. Yes, it could be. It is. The idea is not that you find many characteristics that they don't have in common, but in general terms, you have characteristics from one group to and the other one. Yeah, that's good.
Teacher, I have a question.
Which one?
Well, nouns for verbs is it could be a characteristic or not.
Sorry?
Uh, Talking about semantic features. Noun,
Noun
for
and verbs.
example, noun and verbs.
Yes, could be.
What if I, as a characteristic, I wrote something like animals used for dairy products?
Could be.
Okay, so it
A
doesn't have to be any
characteristic
specific word.
characteristic doesn't have to do with semantic feature. Doesn't have to do with what one word.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Sure. It's like a suggestion. I don't know if you can you hear me?
Yep.
Well, is that I don't understand at all about the topic of truth. I have read about it, but I have to be honest. I found it like a bit difficult. I don't know. I don't know if my partners understand good about it, or our friend Luis Carlos can explain about it. He knows everything.
Yes,
Come
he has
on.
read many things. Okay, so
He has a lot of free time.
Linguistics is my hobby. Cough, cough. Which one is the one that you were saying? Sorry, I got distracted.
yeah, he's talking
True.
about
Oh,
truth.
yes.
But
Proof?
what do you
True.
understand by truth? According to semantics and pragmatics.
Truth.
Yeah, truth.
Well, it depends on how we said it. If we said it as a logical, we in the logical way, we would talk about a statement that has a that has a, I don't know how to say it, the characteristic of being true or false. And what makes it true? No, I forgot that.
But it
Teacher,
has to do. Sorry.
is that the thing that you have to use like the prepositions like if X
Propo,
is true, if
proposi-
X belongs to the group of
proposition.
Y preposition, yeah.
Proposition.
That's
The-
logical semantics.
that's
That has
not
to do
true.
with logical semantics. Semantics, sorry.
Yeah, I was reading something about it. For example, I found an example. It says in the book Meaning and Truth. For example, snow is white, and then snow is white if and only if the snow is white. So that is a true condition, but I don't know
If
this.
both propositions are truth, the other proposition must be truth. I mean,
Must be true. Yes.
yeah. So it has to do with it has
If
to do
one
with logic as well. Okay, it has to do
if
with
one
the logic
proposition
as
is true
well. And the
and the
other is
other is
false.
false, but there is an or in the middle, now you have that it is true.
Yeah, it depends on the
And
relationships. This is like a mathematical relationship. It has to do with propositional organization, right? So I don't have any material about that here. But let's see.
Because I was looking for information, the books that you share,
Yep.
but I didn't find too much.
I have a book of that, a PDF.
Yeah, I also look. Also I download your book, and thank you for that, Luis. The Study
Thank
of
you.
Language of George
It's very
book.
simple. I mean, it's very no, it is
But
Understandable.
I didn't find
understandable.
also.
Yes.
No,
I
but
didn't.
I mean, I have a book of about this thing you're saying about logical, and it's called
Yeah.
Discrete Mathematics,
Yeah,
and it
but it
talks
is
about the propositional.
Because teacher, we have to. We have to explain that next class? Yes.
but the
Uh,
concept of not the concept of truth, the application of truth.
Examples.
so
Examples.
Examples.
but it has to do with the definition because we have to understand what it is, and
No, because no, we're not supposed to explain what it is. We're supposed to give examples.
To give examples.
But to give examples, I think that it is important to
To
understand.
understand, of course.
Yes, of course.
Because the thing is that I don't understand. Sorry.
Well,
Oh,
what is the thing that you don't understand?
Jesus, it's
Because there
difficult.
must be something that you understood. But what is the thing that you don't understand?
Yes, well, because
First of all, is
Uh,
truth like a very wide topic, or is just something simple? It's just one characteristic, or is something that encompasses a lot of things like synonyms that or antonyms that can be
Mm, those are
binary and things like that.
mm, those are the
Not
relation between the words,
I
but the
think
truth has to do with some certain conditions.
that it is a proposition because you cannot work on a paragraph. I mean, you have to, then you would have to set it, well, there is not a logical operation in there. You need propositions and certain logical operations, like and, or, if.
So, teacher, you say it has to do with the relationship between the words, the meanings. So
The
there are.
but
That
the
means that
meaning
there
but
are
the meanings of the propositions.
exactly. So that you mean that there are several types of relationships? Is that what truth is?
The truth is it has to do with the propositions in the sense that the prepositions need to have characteristics in order to be truth, right? To be
Today is
considered as a
Sunday.
truth. Sorry?
Today is Sunday.
Today Sunday is a proposition.
but it is false.
It
And it
is
is false.
false because it doesn't have the conditions. What is the
What if,
condition?
if I say, for example, tomorrow is Thursday if and only if today is
It's
Wednesday.
Monday.
Wednesday.
Ah, Thursday. Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
If today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday. So the condition of truth is there. There are some conditions that you have to fulfill in order to have the truth. You can verify the condition of truth through propositional relationships, like the ones that Luis Carlos was given. Okay, those kind
Okay.
of proposition relationships. You can prove that something is true through the use of propositions, but they need to have certain conditions in order to be truth, right? For example, let's think on the following proposition, and you are going to give me some sentences or some other propositions. Let me share here the. Wait, where it is? I'm going to share here my screen. Here is my Word document here. So I was thinking of this word, of this sentence.
Colorless green ideas sleep furiously.
This is my sentence. This is my sentence. This is my proposition.
So it has to be something that is verifiable.
Yes, give me other propositions in order to understand that this proposition is true.
Like fruit grow on trees.
Yeah, very good. I like it. Another propositions.
Avocado grows on a tree.
Another one. Think about the opposition.
Well, if we think about
Avocado is
the an opposition,
vegetable.
Very good.
if we think about
Vegetables.
an opposition, then we would be checking for to verify if these ones we're writing down are true or false. Right?
Yes.
For example, then I would say watermelon.
Could be,
Watermelon is a fruit.
but we are not talking about other kind of words, but avocado. And we
Okay.
are talking about the relationship between avocado and fruit. So if we think about oppositions, we think of vegetables, right? So vegetables don't grow on trees. So
What about the
avocado,
peas?
sorry?
Peas grow on trees.
No.
Am
Not
I?
trees, it's just a plant, like a shrub.
Yes.
Apple,
No,
A what? Sorry.
peas.
apples.
Apples are fruit. We
They
can.
grow
Okay.
on tree.
This is only an example. Okay. Don't be that. Because yes, I know. Not all the fruit grow on trees.
Okay.
I know that. But I am proving that avocado is a fruit, right? And we have
Okay,
these
I
three
think we're going to
propositions,
go ahead.
and we have these three propositions to prove that avocado is a fruit and it is not a vegetable.
But there is no relation between those.
Why?
Or-
No, but those are propositions that you can use in order to say that avocado
Um,
is a fruit. Those are like the conditions.
but then that would be like there. I remember a chart where you check.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it is not necessarily to stick to the point of logic semantics. Logic semantic has to do with positive and negative, and plus and minus in order to analyze
tautologies.
it. Hmm.
Mm,
Right?
that's why I'm confused.
It is not a matter of confusing, it is another alternative.
It's just that I'm not sure where are we going because isn't it if we want to prove that the avocado is a fruit, then wouldn't we need to also state some other true propositions?
Those are two propositions, aren't they?
Fruit grow on trees? No, it's not true for me
Okay.
Because of the
because there is an exception. If
Okay,
there is an
you are right.
okay, now that is true.
Problem solved.
Avocado grows on a tree. That's true. I would I would say like I would say something like it just I would change the order. I don't know why I want to change the order, but for something, some fruit grow on trees. Avocado grows on trees. Therefore, the avocado is a fruit.
Could be. Anyway, in propositional semantics, as in mathematics, the order of the factors doesn't affect the result.
In logical propositions, yes, they do.
No,
So- well,
not
because
necessarily.
well, I'm not going to
If
say
the two propositions are true, another proposition is going to be true.
it depends on the relation of those propositions.
Yes,
If you have P implies if you have a P that implies Q, not necessarily Q implies P.
could be, but in this case, it is the same.
But in this case, but there are exceptions.
Yes, but I'm not talking about exceptions. I'm talking about the
I'm
case.
confused.
Why do you confuse? Why do you get confused with this?
I'm not sure.
If you understand, because I know that you understand how to establish the relationships between the propositions, you know how to establish the relationships, and you know what kind of relationships they can have, right? If you think from a very philosophical perspective, because it is a philosophical perspective that makes us think about propositions, of course you are going to have one at the beginning and others that are going to fulfill the characteristics of the first one, or it could be the two ones that are going to have a result. Yep.
But
So
it depends on how you link those propositions, how you relate them one to each other.
yeah, it depends on how you relate it. So if I change this one in this order, the result is going to be this one, right?
It's just,
Some fruit
but
grow on trees, avocado grows on trees, vegetables on
we have some in there. We have some isolated propositions, but we're not stating the relation between those propositions.
You mean like the if some fruits grows on trees
Or
and
the if,
avocado
or
grows,
then,
therefore
or,
the
and,
linking
Okay.
words.
because they're just
No, they are not the linking words. Those are how do you call it?
logical operators,
Logical operators or Boolean operators. Mhm.
Boolean operators.
Mhm.
Because just as easy there, I just see isolated um,
Okay.
proposition. That's
Okay.
why I was confused.
Okay. If you want to go deeper on this, you can do it. But I am not going to ask anybody to do this because this is not the point.
Okay. No, now I understand why I was confused.
Okay. I don't want to
Absolutely clear.
to go deeper on these things because this is not the point of this class. The point of this class is just to see some aspects, generalities. But if you want to go deeper, you can go deeper.
No, no worries. Now I understand what the point of this. I needed the thing, the Boolean thing.
Mhm. Yes. Okay.
I used to study computer engineering.
That's why you are so systematic.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes, I do.
That's why you are so structured. That's why. But language is not always structured. Remember that. I said
Oh
that
yeah,
in the previous class. I said
I
that in the
know.
previous class. Okay.
Try to cope
Oh,
with that.
okay. Any other thing? If you want, we can work a little more on this next class. More
I
logic.
think I think
And
that's enough. Teacher, the second thing, I am so bad at riddles, but I don't know if we have time to go over that right
I know.
now.
I'm not going to solve this one. It is very logic. It is a stupidity. I know. The answer is very simple, but I am sure that you can find the answer.
yes, I don't know. I have one, but I'm not sure.
Uh-huh. The thing is that you think about categories, semantic features, right?
I wrote a paragraph under the riddle.
This one. A
The one that
paragraph, it is only one word.
I wrote a complete paragraph
Yeah.
explaining.
No, you only need one word.
Oh my God.
One word.
Okay, so I know I'm wrong.
Think about the semantic features and the categories, okay? For example, if they are talking about family, if they are talking about professions, think about the semantic features and you're going to find the answer.
I talk about the articles.
Which articles?
The articles. The.
what what about the articles? They don't have to do with the answer. If it was
I would say.
Spanish, if it was Spanish, it was easier. It would be easier. But
Well, I just talk about the articles and say, well, I'm not going to read the full paragraph because I'm already embarrassed that I don't have the answer. But I don't know. I wouldn't find
believe me, the answer is very, very simple.
okay.
Pay attention to the question.
What was it next time? Okay, got it.
Okay, teacher.
Do you have the answer or not?
Yeah, I wrote the answer, but in a full sentence.
No, one word.
Well, I have the word in the middle of the sentence.
So
The
you have
doctor is the
the
blank
explanation.
of the boy.
Yes, it's very simple actually.
Got it.
It make us think on semantic features and other things.
So I partially have
The
the
answer,
answer.
Teacher, but you just we do have to write just one word, or we can
just
say
one
like,
word.
okay, got it.
Just one
Yes,
word is enough. One word is enough.
thank you. Okay,
What if we
But-
have a paragraph?
thank you for the answer.
it is not about what is the relationship in terms of how they how they relate each other. What is there? No, it is just the relationship. That's it. Okay. Okay. Any other question?
Well, I'm going to go over the riddle right now.
So, teacher, next Wednesday we give the presentation. Yes.
Yep.
So just presentation. You don't.
Yeah, I can explain some things. How actually I'm going to use the presentations as a way of explaining or exploring more things, right?
Okay.
Yep. To see and clarify something as we do yesterday. We did today. Sorry, yesterday. I think that
Yes.
it is
And
tomorrow.
do we have to submit by this Sunday the
Yeah.
workshop?
The yep, and the presentation too. I don't
Oh
remember
yes.
the presentation, but I need the presentation in advance.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, guys. So.
Too
Uh,
much information.
too much, too much information. Okay. So think about the riddle. The riddle is very interesting. Even I listened to this riddle in Spanish someday. In Spanish, it's a little more complicated to say the riddle. If you make a mistake, you can give the answer easily.
Maybe it doesn't have to do with the way you ask the question.
Why?
Or well, I don't know. It's that we could consider the first a father and a son, the boy that the question asked for.
Yes.
See, in that case, it would be confusing
Yes, it's confusing because you are thinking about
about the
close to.
reference in the text.
Yes, you're talking about you are not paying attention to the reference actually, and you are not paying attention to the semantic feature that words can have.
But I don't know.
Mm. I'm going to give you a clue. For example, this one. Father, give
No,
me the
I have
semantic features. Give me the semantic features. Father.
Male,
Very
Human.
good. There's one. Male.
Human.
Very good. Human. Adult is another one. An adult.
Family member.
A family member. Okay, very good. Excellent. Think about the first semantic feature that you gave. And that's it.
but I
male.
know, but I think
Yes. Think about that semantic feature and analyze other words that are key in the question.
but then just like the whole riddle wouldn't be needed to answer the question
Yeah.
because I would just need the last sentence, the
Oh, I
last
got it. I got
So
the
what with
answer.
Carlos? The
Yes.
idea
I
is
have the
because
answer. I
so
think so.
I think
Yes,
about
it's so
like
simple.
the act of giving the information because you gave a full context, but then after going through all the context, you don't you didn't need that context. See, that's why it's confusing. I wrote that we just said
you
as
are
the
too
answer.
you are too systematic.
I wrote bold answer.
But
I
actually,
wrote
I think that you need all the information, right?
it's because if
Yes, teacher, I got
you
the
give
answer.
out you said if this is a riddle, so one prepares and think that I need the full information of what you're going to say to solve the riddle. See, so this one wouldn't be like a riddle for well, I don't know. It's like a wordplay. Mhm. Because we're ignoring all the context you gave just to answer one question. Look, I read this. I'll. Do you mind if I read the paragraph I wrote in the workshop?
Yes, I mind. At this point,
Okay.
I mind.
Okay. Good. It doesn't matter then. because it has there's a lot of ambiguity among the riddle, and
Okay,
when they give us
that was the idea, you know.
exactly, I
So
know,
I like it.
but if you give the full content, you say it's a riddle. I suppose
Yeah,
that I
but
need all the information you're telling
you are
me.
making like a big problem of this one.
I know, but I
Yes,
mean,
you are complicating things. I think too much.
I know, I know,
And
but I mean,
the answer is very simple.
I have the answer, and I got the answer, and I sent the answer to you.
Okay, so give me the answer in one paragraph. It doesn't matter. Give me the answer in one paragraph. Don't worry about that.
Mm, but I still think that why giving the information if I'm not going to need the information?
Okay,
That's the
don't
thing
worry
that is
about that.
confusing.
Next time I'm going to give you just the information that you need, Luis Carlos.
No, it's not
Luis
that.
Carlos, but your complaint that has no sense for me either, because this is the logic that this is the kind of exercise that I wanted to work with, because this has to do with reference as well. But if it
Okay.
doesn't work for you, don't worry. Okay, but you are making a very, very big problem out of nothing.
No, I'm trying to go on. Sir, for example, well, never mind.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, teacher, for all your help now. I think it's more
Okay,
clear.
don't worry. Sorry for the
Thank you so much.
situation. See you next time.
Thank
Okay?
you so much,
All
teacher.
right.
Bye.
See you
Thank
next
you,
time.
teacher.
Yeah, I'm sorry for giving you too much information about something.
No, we need it,
Teacher, don't
teacher. We
take
need
it
Yeah.
like that,
My
please.
goodness, I'm crazy. But
Bye.
thank
Okay.
you.
Bye bye. See you next
Have a
time.
good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye
Have a
bye,
good
teacher.
night, teacher.
Good night.